Hello everyone and welcome to my channel called Demon Storytime. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, for subscribing, for your likes, comments, for your donations. Any kind of support is appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. More information about donation you can find down below in comments. Today we keep reading this book called Grimm's Fairy Tales. Yeah. And our story is the six swans. Once a king went hunting in the forest. He rode so fast that he left the hunting party far behind. As evening was falling, he realized that he was lost. An old witch came hobbling through the trees. "I can show you your way home," she croaked, "but on one condition. You must marry my daughter." The king looked around him desperately and saw nothing but trees and darkness, which with a heavy heart he agreed. The witch led him back to her hut, where her daughter was waiting. She was beautiful, but there was something about her that the king didn't like. He lifted the girl up on his horse, and the witch showed him the way to the palace, and they were married at once. Now, the king had been married before, but his wife had died. He had 7 children, 6 boys, and a girl who he loved dearly. He did not trust his new wife and thought she might hurt them, so he did not tell her about them. He took the children to a castle which was built on an enchanted road. No one could find it without a special ball of wool that unraveled to show the way. There, the king thought they would be safe. The king visited his children every day, and the queen grew angry that he left her at home alone so often. She went to the butler and tempted him with gold, and he told her about the children in the hidden castle and where to find the magic ball of wool. The jealous queen hurriedly made white shirts with an evil charm sewed into each one. Then she waited until her husband went out hunting one day and fetched the magic ball of wool and set off to the hidden castle. Oh well, the children saw someone was coming, and thinking it was their father, they ran out to meet him. But as soon as the queen drew close, she threw one of the shirts over each of them. Suddenly they were changed into swans. Off they flew up into the sky and away. The queen went home delighted, thinking she had got rid of her stepchildren. But the girl had not run out with her brothers. And here the story begins. Here is the girl, and the children become swans. If you can see. Yeah. And the queen knew nothing about her. Next morning, the brave girl went out into the world to seek her brothers. She walked through fields and over hills until she was exhausted. At last, she stumbled across an empty hut in a forest, sank down on a bed there, and fell fast asleep. Just before sunset, the girl was woken by a loud rustling, and 6 swans came flying in at the window. As they landed, all their feathers flew off and their swans' skins fell away. It was her brothers. They were overjoyed to see her. "We are allowed to become humans again for just a quarter of an hour every evening," they explained. Isn't isn't there any way that I can break the spell?" the girl asked them, sobbing. "Yes, but it is too hard," her eldest brother sighed. "For 6 years you must go without speaking or laughing, and in that time you must sew 6 shirts made of white flowers. If a single word escapes your lips, all your hard work will be for nothing." The quarter of an hour was over, all too soon. The brothers changed back into swans and flew out of the window. Then the brave girl made up her mind to set her brothers free. The next morning she went gathering flowers and began to sew. She could not speak to anyone, but there was no one for her to speak to. And she could not laugh, but she missed her brothers too much to laugh anyway. Yeah. All she did every day was gather flowers and sew. When the girl had been hard at work for several months, a king came riding by. He thought she was very beautiful and asked her who she was and what she was doing. Of course, the sad girl could say nothing. The king's heart swelled with pity and love. He put her upon his horse, gathered up her sewing, and galloped back to his castle. It wasn't long before the king had fallen deeply in love with the silent, sad girl and married her. How he can marry her if she don't say yes or no? What the heck? But the king's mother was far from pleased. "She may be beautiful," she scoffed, "but what use is a queen who can't say a word?" The woman did all she could to make the new queen feel unwelcome and look foolish. Months and years passed, and still the queen said nothing. Every day she gathered flowers and worked until her fingers bled, sewing the shirts. Eventually, the time came when she gave birth to a baby. One night, while she slept, the king's mother crept into her bedroom. She smeared the queen's nightdress with blood and stole the baby away. Then she told her son that the queen had killed her child. That's very cruel. Oh my god. The king did not believe his mother's story, but his chief judge insisted that they must stick to the law. The queen would have to be burned to death. The next day, The very same morning that the Queen's 6 years of silence and sewing were finally at an end, a huge bonfire was prepared. Just on time. The Queen had finished all 6 shirts except for a sleeve on the last one. She clutched them to her as she was brought out to be burnt. Just as the chief judge was about to light the bonfire, 6 swans came swooping down through the air. The Queen's heart leaped with joy, and she threw the shirts upon them one by one. As the shirts landed on their backs, the swanskins fell off and they were finally back to their human form, all except her youngest brother, who still had a swan swaying wing in place of one of his arms. The girl and her brothers kissed each other, crying, and she spoke at last. "Dear husband," she said to the astonished king, "now finally I can speak. I never killed our baby. Search your mother's room, and I am sure you will find him there." The king immediately sent servants to hunt for the child, and sure enough, they found him there, safe and sound. In his fury, the king banished his mother from the kingdom forever. Well, at least some good news. But he, his queen, their son, and her 6 brothers lived together for the rest of their days in peace and joy. Here are the swans coming to save the sister. You can see such beautiful flowers. That's it, my dears. See you next time. Bye.